Hello, I'm Chris Vaughan. I'm the production director for this tour.
Lights going out!
We started this whole production we started rehearsing it in December of last year at Elstree Film Studios in London. Sarah came up with the original concepts for it. We then got together with Johan Engels, who was the set designer, and him, Patrick Woodruff, the lighting designer, myself, Frank and Anthony Van Last all sat round and brainstormed, and what you will see this evening is the eventual result of that. We started on 5th of January in Mexico City. In the last 2 weeks we've probably done 7 countries, and we played Hong Kong. We toured mainland China, where we were the first international act to tour mainland China with our own production. We then moved from China to Korea through Japan, and then Singapore, Kuala Lumpur. We're now in Taipei. In 2 days' time we go to Australia, where we'll do another week to 10 days in Australia, and then we'll be finished. We'll probably end up sometime round about December, mid-December, pretty much a year after we started back in America. The North American sector alone, we travelled over 30,000 miles. However many cents a gallon it is in the States, you can imagine how much we spend on fuel. We had 8 trucks in America. We had, I think it was 8 buses, so that's 16 large vehicles moving 30,000 miles. We then fortunately moved between America and Europe by sea. It's a big operation. It's a lot of paperwork. We have 52 people with us who are touring, because for every country we go to we have to have not just visas to go there but official work permits. Here in Asia it's been quite challenging because we've had our own aircraft. We've toured with an Antonov 124, which is one of the biggest freighter aircraft in the world. We load our equipment out after the show, we put it into sea containers, and the aircraft actually carries the sea containers intact to the next show, where we put them back onto trucks and roll them into the gig. So we've been able to do fairly heavy schedules, like for example Osaka day off, Singapore day off, Kuala Lumpur day off, Manila, which is pretty tough. Lights are being built on the ground. The stage is being built down there in front of the lights. The instruments are going on just between the stage and the lights. So and the PA's going up. So we've got 4 jobs going on simultaneously. And what will happen is about 1 o'clock, generally after lunch, we push everything together. So the lights will go up in the air, the stage will roll back underneath the lights, the PA will go up, and we should be ready once we've done a bit of finishing off for sound check.
Lost innocence to find its way. Fields of sensation. The cry in the dark. Hope is on the horizon. With a reason to stay. I'm living for a brand new day. Loving you. The glory I see came through. Like worries over all. I feel like coming home again.
One of the interesting themes of it is that we have the audience inside the stage and around, so we're flip-flopping between end-on performance and a performance that's in the round. So at most times the audience are very close to Sarah. There's a great deal of intimacy between the audience and interaction between them and the performance. Sarah always wants everything. If it was up to her, the building would be full of gags. We'd have we've had flames all over the place. She'd be flying from one end of the building to the next, and so on and so forth. I'll tell you about the sound system that we have on the tour, which is actually quite interesting. We have that very, very tiny sound system which you see over there. It is, in my opinion, probably one of the best sound systems in the world. It's very, very small. It's a new generation in audio technology. It sounds superb. It's very, very light, which has an advantage in that we can hang the right amount of it in almost every building in the world. Colin and Andreas will be able to explain to you all about sound without falling asleep.